Hey guys, welcome to another video. So today's video, I'm going to be doing a little bit of an explanation, I guess a 101 about guild battles, guild wars, and guild siege. So I'm going to videotape myself doing a few things. The reason I'm doing this video is I had a couple of people recently asked me about guild battles and about some of the stuff I keep going on about when it comes to guild battles, not just in my guild in Hounds of War, but also some of the guilds that I'm also involved with in alternate accounts. So I thought I would do this video as a way, I guess, of helping people understand that basic idea. So let's get to guild battles first. Now, straight away, when I look at this, I go, ugh, because what I'm seeing is what we refer to as overkilling. Now, most guilds will have a rule. We've actually got a rule. It's called the traffic light rule. I'll explain that one in a sec. Now, the rule that a lot of guilds have is the 3-2-1 rule. And the 3-2-1 rule means, now, we're so low because of what's going on, this overkilling, that we don't have a 3-2-1. So at the top bases, you'll get, bases with +3 at the end of it. And what that means is you'll get the normal guild points from killing it, and the +3 on top of it, because they're considered the harder bases. And then you got 2s, and then you got 1s, and then you got 1s with none. And so what a lot of guilds do to try and encourage spreading of attacks is the 3-2-1 rule. You attack 1 with 3, you attack 1 with 2, and you attack 1 with +1. You do not do more than that. We don't do that. My rule is the traffic light rule. And the reason I do the traffic light rule is because I feel at the end of the day, if you spread your attacks and we win, you end up with more guild points. And that's what you want, yeah? Anyway, so when I'm looking at this, and the reason I went straight away, is because there are 3 bases here that have already been hit twice. When there are still a heap, and this is a farmable defense. This is defense deliberately set so that the guild we're up against will go, we'll lose, and then we can get easily farming of points. This is, not the standard that ever since we've had the fallout with the guild, we've sort of dropped right down in rank. We're having to rebuild how we attack, because at one point there we were at conqueror level, and now we're back down to what rank are we? Actually, let's just quickly have a look. No. Yeah, see, look at that. That's terrible. Anyway, so we're really gone downhill. Now, so honestly, the overkilling, there's no excuse, because there are easy bases to hit. So why are people overkilling? Especially in these situations, because you're not getting any bonus points from it. Anyway, so the traffic light rule is, well, it sounds like you hit greens over orange. So green above orange on the traffic lights, orange above red, because orange is above red on traffic lights. And red should be your last option. The only times I believe that you should attack a red base is if you truly cannot attack any other base. In this case, there's a lot of farmable. Oh, that's not a farmable defense. That's not a farmable defense. Oh, there are some decent defenses. Okay. All right. But there are some farmable ones too. I mean, that's a relatively easy base to take on that one. So the traffic light rule dictates that you should hit a green base before an orange base. You should hit an orange base. The green base is base 2 in this example. An orange base, which is base 4, before a red base, which is bases 1, 3, and 6, in what you can see there on your screen. Now, I am going to show a couple of guild battles, and I'll get into that in a second. I'm hoping I'm actually going to lose one. The reason I'm hoping that is because I want to show some general tips on how to do guild battles. Now, why is it more important to hit a green base over an orange base and an orange base over a red base? It's this. So every one of these bases equal to, you see that bar at the top of the screen? You've got a bar that says orange 30%, you've got green, which is, we're already knocked that down base from 100% down to 76.4. So that's pretty decent, although how many attacks is that? Let me have a look. 6, 9. So only 9 attacks. That's pretty decent, even though we've done a bit of overkilling there. Now, when I So imagine all of those bases together equal that 100% of that total guild life. Now, if I hit a green base like this one, and if I win both fights, that knocks that base by 50% HP. So what the green one looks like there should look like this one if you win. So the base number 4, which is now orange. Okay. And so that's the maximum amount that you can take out of the total lives, and that will represent. So another way to look at it is this. If we only had 10 bases that we're up against, and I won that, 50% off that base goes, that represents, the equivalent of that 100% minus 5% off the total, so 95. Okay, so let's now, if I hit the same base again with a different account, let's say, so it's an orange base, and I hit it again, I can only reduce that by another 50% of the life left, and so that's what you end up looking like with the reds. Okay, so that's those bases have been successfully hit twice. So someone's actually done a spread of attack, so good on whoever that was. That knocks that down by 50%. But that's not 50% like what before, it's like half again. So that's only going to whittle down the total by 2.5. So now you've gone from 100% down to 92.5% of the total life left, when if I had to spread my attacks, it would have been 90. So if you keep hitting the same base again over and over until there's 0 life, all you've effectively done is knocked that down by a little bit. If you spread your attacks, you are far more likely to succeed. And a lot of guild battles that we've been losing of late is because of overkilling, where we're all either not using all of our swords enough, or the ones that are using their swords are not spreading the attacks out. Okay. So, Mr. 30, good on you, mate. You're doing a good job, mate. Anyway, so I'm going to look at number 2, because often I tend to hang back. And the reason I do that is to ensure that I'm spreading my attacks, but also, generally speaking, and I've talked 7 minutes at you guys. So if you're still just tuning in and I haven't done anything, you're doing well. So base 2 has not been hit, so I'm going to try and attack that one. Now that's got a Wusa, so I want to make sure I can strip the Wusa. I'm thinking of bringing my Diana to this battle, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm thinking of bringing my Destroy Violent thing in, so hang on. So I destroy, yeah, so my Destroy Violent thing in. And it'd probably be good. I don't think. I mean, other than the Wusa, there's not going to be much speed on that team. So I'm actually thinking if I bring Fran into the picture, and Fran will be a strong healer. It gives me a bit of a speed lead as well. I mean, I could do that just to increase his defense even more. But I'm not going to be using a Swift unit, so I will bring that. Now, down the bottom there, that is I can imagine there's a scary team. I want to make sure I get a speed lead in there when I go up against that. So I'm thinking Galleon as my speed lead. I'm thinking Bastet, she's pretty fast. And I'm thinking Belinus, is that his name? I always mispronounce it. Belinus. So I'm thinking that. I'm hoping that with that speed lead, I should be able to outspeed. I'm hoping. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so here we go. Now, the rule of thumb in guild battles, because it is 3 versus 3, it adds a different dynamic. So as I thought Wusa is going to outspeed me, I wasn't surprised by that outcome. I was expecting it. Fran will do her buff. I'm going to aim to try and take out the Water Knight first. Now the reason being is that one's probably my biggest threat, because if she scores a death break, even though she doesn't have attribute advantage on my my Feng Yen, she has a death break. She can do a death break, so I need to get that out of the way. Now Fran's getting clobbered, so need to think about doing something with that. But anyway, let's just continue to do this. Yeah. Cut. Yeah, okay, cool. So I'm going to do some strips on that. Now the thing I like about Diana is if you can get the violent procs going, you can keep stunning. Oh, look at that. Yeah, wow. This is what I like about her. She's so good. She's so good, and yet she's such a pain to face in real-time arena. Okay, stun. Oh, good, got the stuns. Now, my Yen, can you take that out? You want to stun it really be mean. I'm gonna do the model attacks on that because there's Death Break. That should kill it. So that's good. Let's stun you. Heal. And attack buff on everything. Okay, now the reason I brought Feng Yan into this fight is he's on a destroy violent build, and these guys are tanks, so I want to whittle down their HP because I don't see myself instantly killing them unless I summon them. So far, she's been doing very... Now, how come you don't do violent procs like this for me, Diana, when I'm in RTA? That's all I want to know. Why is the violent procs only happening now? There we go. That's good. I can strip those, so I'm not too fussed by that. Thank you. Ouch. That's not very nice. Now, Chasun's going to equalise the HP in a second, so I should probably try and have a go at her. Maybe if I get a violent proc out of this. Didn't get a violent proc. Yep, so she'll equalise the HPs, and this is exactly why I wanted to bring a destroy unit into the picture. Just heal. And this is why Diane is incredible in RTA. Just the violent procs and everything that she can do. Attack up. I probably should have actually just attacked the Wusa, because that would have finished him off. Alright, well done. Done. Yep. Okay, stun. Jason. Yay. I think this is going to be easy. This is going to be easy. Everyone's saying that Fran used to stun on her first skill, and now she only decreases the attack gauge. But I tell you, I actually prefer that. I actually think it's a preference. Oh my god, these guys are so slow. I was expecting a little bit more speed. Oh, they are so slow. They are so slow. Alright, let's see if I can take them out. Let's see if I can take this out. No, come on, stun. Oh, nice. Nice stunning. Nice stunning. Yeah, that's okay. I can handle that. I can handle that. You back off. Yeah, no, I've got this one. They're easy. It should have. That was easy. That was a lot faster than first round. Now, so you know, when you're trying to do it, you either try and do a very quick battle like my second team, or you're looking at how do you manipulate it, how do you control it. All right, so my guys are actually starting to spread their attacks now. So well done, guys, for spreading your attacks. That's too easy. One of my other accounts can take that on. No, it's too easy again. This is probably where I'm going to be most effective, so I'll take on this one. How shall I take it on this? Take them out. I think I should be able to outspeed that easily with that team, so I'm just going to go that team. Down the bottom, I am going to bring my Bulwark team, I reckon. So which Bulwark? We got that, we got Amelia. Now, I could go this one, but A, she's slow, and B, she'll get hammered. And she is tanky, but she'll get hammered. The other temptation would be to bring this one, but the problem there is he is an attack build, and because they're fire, they'll all hammer onto him, and he'll die pretty quick. So again, he won't work. I'm thinking Juno could be another option, but she's only there to counter the Villagel, which is this guy, the Fire Archangel. I'm actually going to go my Camilla. Let's go Camilla. Let's see how we go. So water teams. I have a lot of water nat 5s. I have my fire rift beast team has no healers and they're all water nat 5s. So okay, so easily outsped. I'm going to win this one, I reckon. Now, the reason I was hoping to lose one, because I better explain this. Oh, he stunned me. Ooh, he's come back. He's come back. Oh, I might lose this one after all. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. I spoke to... God, the resistance on these guys. Alright. I need to take out one of these guys. Who am I going to take out? You! Ouch. Ouch. Stun. Didn't stun. I may actually quit out. So, what I was going to say... Oh no, maybe I'm going to push my luck. What I was going to say is you can quit out. So, if I was looking like I'm going to lose, I can hit the cog button on the left and I can end the battle. Now, that will end the first round. And you see, the thing is, if I lose a creature in a battle, I can't use it in another guild battle. So some people, that's why some people do it. Yep, cool. No, he's going to do that. Just freeze you. Let's see if I can freeze you because you're going to go before the villager. He still gets. He's a violent. I have respect for this person. He has a violent. What's his name? I keep forgetting his name. I'll remember it straight after this. He has a violent fire sylph. The reason I have respect for that is that's the way I actually think you should build him. I do not agree with the common build. A lot of people love building this guy in despair. He should not be in despair. That's my honest opinion. I actually think he's better on violent. Just getting the constant strips. Ouch! Because I'm a tank, you barely did anything. Haha! Bolthek will kill you. Set it up for Camilla to finish you off. No, it still did nothing. I'm gonna steal your buff. Yeah. Why am I killing him? Because then my Camilla can finish him off. That's it. I'm gonna take out you because you're my biggest threat now. Okay. Be dead. Dead. I shouldn't expect too much. We are a pretty low scoring guild at the moment, so I'm thinking. This guild looks tough with some of its setups, like this one is so slow. Because none of these guys are on Swift runes. None of these, they're all on violent. They're all violent. I'm using a violent team against what looks like probably another violent team. But yeah, no, I have respect that the Fire Sylph was on violent, because that's honestly how I think he should be built. I don't agree with the Despair build. I know a lot of people build him that way for a TOA hard. Violent's far better in my opinion. And that's done. Easy. Easy! Easy! Okay. Alright, let's look for another one. Which one's hard? You're not really that hard. No, you're easy because you're so weak. Okay. Alright, let's do this one. Let's try this one out. I'm thinking... Unfortunately, the Theo is going to scare me a little bit, but I'm thinking of using my Diana again. The problem with that setup is that yeah, okay, I'll try it. I'm dubious that it will succeed, to be honest. And I'm going to go for what is it I used before? I'll do that one. This is the first time because none of the top team have any Swift units, but I need tanky units. Unfortunately, my Katrina isn't tanky, so that's going to go against. Normally, I might consider Fing Yen, but the Fing Yen will probably get chewed up by the Theo, and I don't want to bring Fran into this because my friend's an attack build, which means she'll die. Oh, he derped. He derped. Why'd you derp? Shield's up. Okay, so you're going for that one. Good. Now I'm going to aim straight for the Theo. He's my biggest threat. He is my biggest threat. And he's unpredictable. That's what makes him such a big threat, because he has elemental advantage on everything. So he could attack any of these three. And, oh, well, he's gone. Talk about lucky violent procs. Again, why aren't you doing this in RTA for me? Never do this in RTA. Never string a violent procs. Alright, Jameer's actually my next threat. That's fine. I can handle a reset. I can handle a reset. I'm going to put immunity off on here. I got invincibility. Ignore defense. Ignore defense. Ignore defense. Okay. Shield. Well, this was a lot easier than I was expecting to be honest. I was expecting Theo to hammer through, but obviously he didn't. So I was a bit cheeky with this team. I wouldn't normally go without a Swift unit in this type of thing. I prefer Swift units. I always think a good strength, unless you're going for a pure tank team, you really need Swift units. He's already got Will on the link. That's interesting. That's interesting. I wonder if he uses it in RTO. I use this guy in RTO. Freeze! Freeze, not surprising. He has huge resistance stats. Even though I may not have been able to freeze, you always violent proc die. We'll get rid of the Lianko because he has the ability to take. I've seen him one-shot water unit. And violence, of course. Why wouldn't you be? Everyone prefers violence, apparently. Stun! Didn't stun. Heal. Yep. Okay, cool. Shields up. I've been in situations against Ariel, that's the water Archangel, where it just keeps going on and on because he keeps violent procking and he keeps healing himself. It's like, oh, really? Almost done. This is easy. So what I've made sure that, I guess the whole reason of doing this is to show that, oh, see, he's violent procking out. Just dying. Right. The whole point of doing this is to show you that in attacking those bases, in attacking those three, I've made sure that I've done the maximum amount of damage to the total. So all these bases that are orange at the moment have successfully whittled that down so much more than if we'd all kept hammering the top. We just wouldn't do much. You'd end up, we would have easily not done, we would have done far less than half of the damage that we've done to this guild already. And the damage that we've done, 1, 2, 6, 9, 12, is 15 attacks. So 15 out of our 60 attacks. So that is good teamwork. Now, there will be a point where you will need to hit orange bases, but you're better off to, because I've seen battles, and with our guild, with other guilds, where you have green bases that just not touched, and we've hammered these bases to the point where they're destroyed. You can't attack them anymore, and we lose. But we would have won if we'd spread our attacks. So that's a quick 101 about guild battles. Now, the other thing I was going to talk about, this is already 23 minutes, so maybe I shouldn't, is Guild Siege. Yeah, I think I'll do that in another video. I'll do that in another video. I'll do that one in another video. So guild battles, that's the one I focused on for the purpose of the day. So the rule of thumb is, if you're in a guild and you're not just purely farming, you'll either follow the +3, +2, +1 rule, or the traffic light rule, which is green over orange, orange over red. If that is the case, please follow that guild's rules. You help yourself, you help the team, you get more rewards. Even if you hit all the lower bases, you will still earn plenty of rewards if your guild wins. You always do. You always win more. So spread your attacks. When you're in guild battles, you can quit out of a round if you're going to lose, because if you lose any of your creatures, you can't use them for any other of the guild battles that you're yet to do in that round. So once they're finished, you can bring them back in the next battle, but you get 3 swords each. Use your swords. A tip I give to any new player, because a lot of new players will join a guild, they'll get given swords, they don't use them. I generally don't kick people out. I kick people out when they've not been active for an extended period of time. But if you are in a guild and you want to keep using swords, you want to keep being put on the attack, but you're up against bases that are far better, actually give it a go. You will learn, just use one sword, you will learn how to give it, you know, what tactics to learn, to use, etc. But if you give it a go, what that shows the guild that you're with is that you've used a sword, and okay, so he may not have used all three. Maybe this was a battle that was too tough for him, but, or her, I should say. But you're showing me that you're willing to engage in it. So yeah, so that's Guild Battles 101. I hope this is useful to some people out there. If not, leave some comments, leave some questions in the comments below, or alternatively email me. I do have an email address dedicated to this channel. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, and Karo signing off.